Welcome to the tips and tricks for the Paul Gauguin of the Society Islands of Tahiti. If you are looking for a video that shows you how flowery and wonderful and amazing pictures of Tahiti itself, this is not the video for you. There are plenty of other videos for that. This is to give you the tips and tricks and ins and outs of the things that you don't know about the traveling and what the rooms look like and things like that. So this is the 7-day cruise of the Society Islands of the Paul Gauguin ship. Starts in Tahiti, Papayete, around 4 different islands, and back to Tahiti again. So when you get to LA, if you're flying in the United States, you will be greeted by one of their associates of the Paul Gauguin right there at check-in, and they'll be able to get you checked in so they know that you are on your way. So this is the Air Tahiti plane, and this is in Los Angeles. This is what it looks like inside the plane. You do get a pillow, you get a blanket, and you do get a packet of goodies that I spread out across here. You can see there's some headphones and a night mask and some earplugs, a little towel, things like that. This is what it will look like in front of you. It does have a cup holder, some plug-ins for the AV TV that will be in front of you, and a USB port as well for charging a phone. This is what a meal looks like. They do offer snacks and drinks as well during your flight, but this is the one meal that you would get. They also do give you a form to fill out, so a good idea to have a pen, bring a pen, so you can fill this out because this will need to be turned in once you land in Tahiti. 8-hour flight roughly from Los Angeles. Be prepared for that. And once you do arrive, you do walk to outside, so there is the potential that it will be raining. You might get a little wet. There's always that possibility. If they provide some sort of a cover from here to the plane when it's raining, I don't know because it was not raining when we got there. There are two different lines. Before you get to this point, they will separate you. It's pretty much U.S. citizens one side and everybody else on a different line. Why it's set up that way, I don't know, but that's what it was. This is where you will show your passport and turn in that immigration sheet that I showed you earlier. So picking up your baggage after immigration, and then this is where you're going to go through another. They stop every several people and kind of look at your passport again, maybe, or to see if you have any fruit or anything like that. It's kind of another little part of the customs agents to go through here. They don't stop everybody, just kind of random if you're lucky to get chosen. Once you get past there, now you're outside here and you will go off to the right. These are a couple of people that are from Paul Gauguin, where they do give you a lei. And off to the right, over here is where you will check in. They have your names up there asking, who you are, and you might get your lei here, depending if you got it or not already. So they will have you put your luggage in a luggage van, and then you will be put on a bus to be taken directly to the ship. Now also at that desk, they will give you this paperwork, and make sure you hold on to this because this is everything you're going to need for after you disembark the ship. You'll need the documentation that are in this, so make sure you don't lose this. This is just a reminder about the luggage going in a separate van. You don't need specific cruise tags like other cruise lines give you. All you need is your name on your bag in some form that they would recognize as you being the registered person on their ship. It's because it's so few people that are actually on the ship. You don't need specific tags. They just look at your name and then see which cabin number you are based on that name. They can look that up pretty quick and easy. So you do still want to keep your meds and documentation on your person because you will not see your luggage until you actually get to your room. It will be taken directly to your room. So keep all of your documents and your important medical stuff and probably your very expensive jewelry. Keep that on your person. A bag that I suggest is this. This is a very nice travel bag. My wife loves this one, and there will be a description in the link below. If a link in the description below, there's a link that can show you where you can get this bag. So they do put a number on your luggage tag once they see the name on your luggage. Mine was just on this green tag down here. Then they put this tag on it with the room number. This is not something that will be given to you. They do that for you. So this is the first checkpoint once you get off the bus. At this point, all they're looking for is your passport, just to get past this gate. So no need for any other documentation at this point. Once you get to here, this is where they're checking for everything else and where they'll give you your room number. Depending on on the COVID procedures that they have now, if there are any. But this is where they checked for negative COVID tests and checked passport and gave you your room number and any of the other documentation that you'll need. That's just a close-up more of the desk of getting checked in. So now here is just a video of actually getting onto the ship and where they will cart you to a specific room to get you more registered, where they actually take your credit card and things like that for incidentals. So this was very late at night. And the plane arrived like at 11 p.m. or something like that. It was definitely a long day. So here in this room, this is where all the major things as far as entertainment happen. But here they're ready to greet you with a glass of champagne, that guy there showing that. And again, this is where you're just going to go up to this desk and provide credit card info and the last bit of check-in. And then after this point, then you can go to your room to catch up with your luggage. So here's your room. As soon as you walk in the door, this is on deck 4, our particular room. There's the bathroom. That's what to expect. Is here. There's a TV. And there is a fridge down there. We'll show more pictures of that later. This is just kind of the overall. There's a vanity. Here's some more detailed shots of the bathroom. Some shelves and whatnot. This is a very nice travel bag for holding all of your toiletries that can be hung up. It looks like this. It's a wonderful bag that we use all the time for traveling, and there's a link for a description, a link in the description below for this if you're interested. There's some more items that they give you, a little bit of nail care, comb, shower cap. These are all in the room. A cup holder. I found it useful to just put my toothbrush in there in its holder. That worked well for the week. Some more storage, and there is a plug-in for a shaver. Pushes. I never use this, but it pushes out 230 volts. Make sure your shaver can handle 230 volts on its charger if you plug it in. These are some sticky hooks, suction cup hooks that I would suggest for helping dry your clothes over the bathtub shower area here. These are also, there's a link for these in the description. And there also is the rope that you can pull across here to help hang some things. Something that does help to be able to get your stuff to dry is having a fan. This is a nice chargeable fan that you can keep in that bathroom to keep airflow in there to dry your things. You're going to be using them every day pretty much. You're in the water and things get wet and they get stinky. Now this is another good thing to bring. You can get a link to this in the description below where you can just do a little bit of laundry in your sink. These are meant specifically for that, just a few articles of clothing to wash in there and then rinse out so that your swimwear doesn't get stinky from using it all the time. And then after, when you hang it up, then put this fan in the bathroom, either plugging it in to that shaver port, or this does have a battery that lasts quite a while to just get airflow in that room to help get your clothes dry for use for the next day. Just make sure that you remove the battery from this and put the battery in your carry-on luggage, because it is a lithium battery and you cannot have lithium battery in your luggage that you check. So make sure you carry the battery on your person when you're traveling. They do bring in fresh fruit. Every day they will, whatever you eat, they'll replace. Now in this area that I showed you, there is a fridge down here, and in this silver bucket, they bring you ice every day. There is no freezer. This is just a refrigerator, and they bring in fresh ice every day, where you can take this ice and put it in a water bottle, and for things that you for use when you go out on your different adventures on the different islands. They will keep this stocked up. This free. It's no extra charge. Fill it with whatever you want. We're not big alcohol drinkers, so we just left a little note saying, we pulled all the alcohol out and say, we don't need this. Please just fill it with Coke and Sprite and water. And, that's what we requested, and that's what they did for us for the week. Now, if you're looking for a good water bottle that doesn't take up a lot of storage for packing your suitcase, I would suggest this one. It's worked really well for us. Kept ice in it and the water, and it did really well. It collapses down to almost nothing. So if you're interested in that, link in the description below. Now there is one outlet over here that was on the right side of the fridge area. Both the 120 and 220 European style. That's one of the outlets in the room. This is behind the TV. If you're interested in gaining another outlet and unplugging the TV, you could do that here. And for those that bring video devices to potentially watch movies at night or something, if you wanted, I just took some pictures of the connections that are available on the back of the televisions here. Just the one television in the room. On the TV itself also is this screen that gives you all of your information, excursions, restaurants, what's going to be served in the restaurant that evening, all kinds of information if you ever need it, and room service to order if you want it. The internet is not that great. It is there, but you're only going to get about 1 MB of download speed. You see that here. So available, but not all that fast. There's also a bag that they give you. These drawstring bags that say Paul Gauguin on it, and these are your beach towels that you'll use every day. They will give you new ones. Every day you take these out for the day. When you come back to your room, fresh ones will be replaced, and you toss the old ones that you used that day into a bin. I'll show you where that is a little later. This drawstring bag I thought was enough. I didn't really find the need for any other bag than just this one for our daily excursions. Unless you're doing some sort of major hiking, something that you may want to take something different, but I found this one was sufficient. There's a picture of the window. This is on the fourth deck. Then there's one deck below that shows portholes. And deck 3, it's portholes. Deck 4, it's the square window. Now, this is some other good options to do. These are magnetic hooks, and I'll show you where else. I put these for hanging up hats and whatever else, and those are also in the description below where you can get those magnetic hooks. They work well for keeping things off the tables, off the floor, just and keep organized like this here as well. Also these metal clips, good for holding your excursion tickets, other paperwork that you're going to get of daily activities, just to keep things well organized in your room. And these are uh, the cards that you get that let you in and off the ship, just like a hotel key card. Ones that let you in your room and on and off ship. There's a picture of the bed. There's switches at the bed to turn lights on and off. There's a phone. This is on the wall. It does nothing. You can't control the room temperature, so don't bother touching this. Doesn't do you any good. Now the vanity. So there are closets, a little closet on each side of the vanities, like that. In the vanity is also, or in the closets of the vanity is also an umbrella, and one in each closet. So if it's raining, don't hesitate to take this and use it for the day. Also, these are really handy, these collapsible hampers. Link in the description below. They worked well to have that just in the bottom of these little closets. Now this is your other outlet for charging devices, phones, whatnot, at the vanity. And I found that the best thing to have for that outlet is this style. So it's upside down, then kind of the norm. It plugs in there well. Then that gives you USB outlets and other 120 volt outlets, and these are cruise compliant. There's no cords and no surge protection. Link in the description below for this. This is typically where they left our new towels when they would give us them for the day, is on this little mirror thing here that's right in the hallway, and there's also some drawers for putting clothes away. Some other things that they leave you in the room: robes, slippers. I really didn't use these. Not really any reason to walk out on the halls in a robe that I found, but they are available. Little sewing kit, so you don't need to bring your own. Laundry and valet service, laundry bag, if you wanted to pay these prices for having shirts and whatnot cleaned, or like I suggest, just getting the little Tide pods things in the description below, and just do a little bit of laundry in the sink yourself. Here's a typical sheet for the day that gives you the schedule of what's going on. So this is the first day. When you arrive, dinner times, all that. This was another sheet they gave us that talked about where to go if you need some medical attention. Now, also on your first day, you'll want to get your equipment that they give you for free. They give you this mesh bag and some flippers. Also, you can get a snorkel and a mask, and you'll use this bag. You will get that your whole uh, you will use that your whole trip, and then return it at the end of the week. Now, something that I suggest is getting these full face masks. This is one that I got, and it worked really extremely well. You get bite fatigue when you have a snorkel in your mouth all the time, and I always had a problem with fogging of the face masks that they would give me, and it was always frustrating in the past. But this never fogged up on me because you're breathing across the lens on the inside, so it would never fog. And if you do dive down, there's a little ball that drops in here that blocks any water from coming in the top. If you free dive a little bit, no water will comes in. When I free dove, I would suggest getting this instead of using their snorkel and mask. So this is a little walk down tour of the marina where you would actually get. I have a better picture of this that shows the times when you can hear. But you can. This is where you go and get your mesh bag of things from the marina. Walk down to this level. So you will just sign it out for the day. They have a numbered tag that they attach to your bag, and so that they see that uh, tag has returned, and the number corresponds to your name, room number, and then they will check you off that it has been returned. But they will do a fitting for you when you get down here, and to make sure you have the right size of flippers and right size of mask, etc. Those are the tags. So this is also where you can go out there in paddle boards and whatnot that they will give you on certain days too. You can go out here and just paddle around in the water from this marina. So here's the schedule of the marina to be able to check out your gear. It's a very short window. It's available on the first day that you get there. But then the next day, when you start doing excursions, they have a bigger window, a 4-hour window in the morning, and then a few hours in the afternoon, depending on the day. And then here, very limited time frame that they actually do let you do the paddle boards and the kayaks and whatnot if you wanted to do that one of your days. This is an example of people paddleboarding out behind the back of the boat. This is me up on the veranda, just taking a picture down to show that. Now this is the pool area. So here we're still just walking around the ship, kind of learning what's here. As you can see, this pool is moving. This ship is small, and so it definitely rocks. You can feel it walking down the halls. It will kind of make you go back and forth if it's moving. It's not a whole lot of time that you're actually moving as far as being awake, because for the most part they're just traveling in the evening, late evening, and then at night when you're sleeping, you kind of wake up and then you're already there. But it does move, and so I would highly suggest that you get this boning motion sickness. If you're not used to boats and the movement, this will help you to not get nauseated. Link in the description below to be able to get this. Now here's a little run through of the main area where you can get information. Moana Explorer, this is for kids programs. Yeah, if you have children with you, we did not have any children with us on this trip, so I cannot talk to it about those programs. That's the dive desk, where you can get information about doing scuba diving, and they have different times and experience levels for people to be able to go scuba diving. Those are extra costs. It's hundreds of dollars. This is where you can get your excursion tickets, a travel concierge, and then this is just the reception desk area. If you have any questions in general, they can help you with here. They can exchange your money for you. That shows here, but I found that really didn't need to exchange the money. I mean, 100 XPF for $1. They just kind of give you a 1-to-1, 1-to-100 on the islands. If you just give them American cash, they will accept that at a 1-to-100 rate. I never did get any Tahitian money. This is the scuba information. If you're interested in doing that, everywhere from certified to beginners, just to show you some prices and times if you wanted to schedule doing some scuba while you're there. So now off to dinner, and this is an example of dining. It's a 5-course meal. So yes, there is the question of what you can wear when you go to dinner. It's kind of the rule is kind of after 5 p.m. shorts and flip flops and swimming suits are not really worn anymore. And at this point, you're kind of at the level of pants or dresses and a button shirt or blouses uh, kind of dress code. It is not full-blown suits and ties. I'm showing you this picture that I just had some slack pants on and just my regular tennis shoes that I wear. They're not any kind of a black dress shoe or anything. They didn't kick me out for wearing this. And then I wore a Hawaiian shirt myself every night. That's a buttoned-up shirt technically, and they had no problems with that. Polo shirts work fine, etc. Here's a couple of examples of the meals. This is one of their desserts. This is a soft shell crab. And they do have some light entertainment and kind of fun. They have little songs with ukuleles, a little bit of dancing. That's her over here. She's doing some sort of a Tahitian dance. So a little bit of entertainment while you are eating your meal. So here's a dessert menu. One thing that our group liked a lot was the souffle. They didn't have it every night, but if you tell them I would like to have souffle every night, they will make sure that your table can get that. And then at night, there's entertainment. It kind of changes. Sometimes it's a staff talent show, other times it's Tahitian dancing, whatnot. So the next morning is your first excursion day. Catch a sunrise if you get up early enough. This is breakfast in the veranda. You can get a nice table here. They have really good breakfast, all kinds of different options. The mango, the fruit is really good. You have to try the pineapple. The pineapple is the sweetest pineapple you'll ever taste. They grow it right there on the island and they do not export it because they're so small and sweet. They go bad after like 3 days, so they can't export it. So it just stays here on the island and on the cruise ships around the islands. So the first island is Huahine. So this is where you're on your way out. You have to tap your card on this here so they know that you are off the ship, and then you will get on a little ferry boat as transport. This is always the case. You have to the the cruise ship will never pull up to a dock on all the islands except on the main island of Tahiti in Papayete. So this is the inside. And that first day that we did these ferries, they had a guy on his ukulele doing some songs. That was kind of fun. So this is Huahine, where you will be able to pull up to this parking lot with all these different trucks ready to take you on different tours depending on what you're doing that day. If you're doing water or land excursions, this is an example of this is the safari tour specifically. This is kind of how you will be traveling in just like this in these seats in the back seat of a truck. Now when you're done doing excursions for that day and you're waiting for the ferry to come pick you up, they will have these tables where you can get some iced tea, some water, and also these towels that are very cold. So if it's hot that day, sweaty, you can get a kind of a refreshing cold towel on your face. That's pretty nice. Now these cold towels are also infused with the flower, common flower in Tahiti. It's called the tiare, I believe, and it does have a particular, you know, smell to it. It's very pleasant. But this is very common. You'll see this also in the leis and whatnot that they give you. So now after one day in Huahine, we are off to Taha'a is the island, which also includes a little private island off of this bigger island called Motumahana. This little private island is owned by Paul Gauguin. So this is to give you just a quick example. We chose snorkeling this day. It's a picture of me doing that with that full face mask snorkel gear that I was telling you about. Also, what is really nice to have is this is called a rashi to protect yourself from potentially getting scraped by coral. Also, there's these scuba diving socks that are really nice to have. It makes it really easy to go in and out of your flippers, between flippers, and also between um, that and some booties that you're going to want to take with you as well for just walking around on the islands after you're done with your snorkeling trip. So when they drop you off afterwards at the private island I was talking about earlier at a dock, where you can walk to this area here, and it's nice because they have a really great lunch for you provided. It's this is all part of the ship, and so there's no fee for this lunch. They provide drinks also in coconuts. The alcohol is free as well. There is showers available. They're not private showers, but you can shower off the salt if it's bothering you in these shower areas here. And then there are private dressing rooms as well if you wanted to change out of your wet gear from snorkeling that day into some dry clothing. There are also bathrooms, flushing toilet bathrooms available on this little private island. A volleyball net on this little island as well, if you're so inclined. So this is to show the pareos. That's what this is here. Now, they do have a little tiny workshop class on the island here, on this private island, to show you how the different forms that you can tie this pareo on your body. So if you were interested in learning that, you would want to have purchased a pareo beforehand, either on Huahine or in the gift shop on the boat itself, and they will teach you how to do different ties with that. Now this is a different style of ferry that they have, and it is possible if it's raining and or the wind is blowing against you, that when the boat is splashing up water, this will send water into this area. I mean, there is a roof, that's holding up these life preservers, but if you're up to the front, you have the potential of getting pretty wet. So it's best to sit not away up front, more towards the middle or even more towards the back, but not all the way in the back. Because if you are sitting all the way in the back, that's where the roof ends, and this is where you can get potentially wet, rained on it. As you can see, the water dripping down here off the edge of this roof. So be mindful of that when you're on this particular ferry. Now this is the bin that I told you about that you can dump off your beach towels that you've used for the day. This is just right there at that same area where you tap your card to get in and off, in and out of the boat. And this is where you throw that towel because there are fresh ones in your room. So now on to Bora Bora. You'll be spending 2 nights in Bora Bora. The ferry will drop you off at this dock area. And here's a good picture of the times that you get dropped off or picked up at Bora Bora. Now there is also the Motu Beach. So this is they call it a private beach in Bora Bora. It's not a private island like in Taha'a. This particular private beach, uh, they don't own it. They pay somebody that owns this beach. I don't know how much money, and then you can go enjoy some beach time. And here's some time frames to be able to go and enjoy that beach area. Now, if you do go to that beach, you want to be made very well aware of how you have to get off. You don't want to go in there in socks and shoes because you don't get dropped off at a dock. You have to jump in the water knee high-ish and to be able to get onto this beach. So this is a good reason another to have those those scuba shoes that I was telling you about, to be able to walk in the water, and if you're stepping on coral or something in the water, then it's not hurting your feet. So they do have canoes, with life jackets that are available while you're on this private beach. That's what's being shown here. It's not huge, but it is a nice little beach area. They do have drinks there for you, so you don't have to take any if you don't want. They have water and Coke and Sprite available for you on that particular beach. Now, there are these chairs you can sit in. They do get used up pretty quickly. People grab these when they're available. But this is it. They are kind of funky and not well balanced, but they're decent. But just be aware that you may not get one right away because these do get snagged up. You might just be sitting on the sand. Here's just another picture showing of what you have to walk through to get onto the ferry to go back to the cruise ship. So now we are in Moorea, where you will spend 2 days here. This is right at the dock area. Some set up tables and little shops to sell you some stuff, of course. Now that night they have the Polynesian night, where the dinner in the L'Etoile dining room is Polynesian themed. And they also have these nice ladies out here that are showing you how to make leis. You can make your own lei with these fresh flowers that they have. They also have these uh, flower crowns, I guess you would call them, that they hand out and you can get if you want. So if you want one of these, you want to go kind of earlier during the dinner time because they only have so many of these, but then plenty of flowers to make your own lei if you would like to learn how to do that. Kind of fun. So unfortunately, you do have to get off the ship eventually, and so that's where we're at now. So on the last day, they give you, this information about your departure time for that Saturday morning. You want to go to the Grand Salon. That's where all the entertainment happens, and where you checked in on the first day, located on deck 5. So 10 minutes before 9 o'clock in this instant, you show up at the Grand Salon, and they want you out of your room at this point. Now they give you these luggage tags to put your information on. So get rid of the old Paul Gauguin luggage tags and put the Intercontinental Tahiti and cabin number and your name on those tags, and leave them just outside of your cabin door before midnight on that Friday night, because they will come around and pick all of those up and have those moved off the ship for you. They'll be there waiting for you the next morning. I'll show you that here in a second. So here again, this is where this paperwork comes in that was important to not lose. I pinned mine up on those magnetic clips I talked about earlier so that didn't get lost. But here's where you're walking off the ship. Just have your regular travel bag with you where you're keeping your meds and stuff with you, of course. But then you walk out to this area where all of your luggage has been moved for you the night before. And you go in and find your luggage, and then to be able to go place it on this van here, or they will place it on there for you. Just give it to the attendant once so they know you have your luggage, not somebody else's, and then they will take it and put it on that van, because then that will get sent directly to the Intercontinental Hotel while you go and get on the bus to do your touring of the island of Tahiti that day. So that's just what this is showing, and that those tickets that I showed you earlier, the Marama thing, that's where you're going to give your tour ticket to this person here to get on the bus to do your tour of Tahiti. Now here's the itinerary of the tour that day. You go to James Norman Hall, you go to some viewpoints, you go to Fa'arumai waterfalls, and the blowhole of Arahoho, and then another lookout, and then finally back to the hotel, the Intercontinental Hotel. This is just a quick little video I made in case somebody has mobility issues. This is the kind of terrain that you'll be looking at to walk up to the falls. I'm not going to show a video or a picture of the falls, so it can be a nice mystery for you. So I'm not showing you here now. You can see it and be surprised for the first time. But it's about a quarter-mile walk from this bridge up, and it has some of these rocks in it and some rocked steps to get up to it. It's really not that difficult unless you have major mobility issues. So this is just some more information that they give you, where when you're at the Intercontinental Hotel, it talks about lunch is provided at the hotel, and you can check into your room starting at 3 p.m. You're dropped off at about lunchtime, so you do have to wait until 3 p.m. to be able to get into your room. So now this is a video that I made of what you do once you get dropped off at the Intercontinental. So it shows that this is the desk that you're going to get checked in at for your room, but not until 3 p.m. Your luggage will be over here on the left. That's where I'll get dropped off by the other van. And this is where you go. You go down these stairs to get to the area where they will serve you lunch. So you go down 2 flights of stairs to get there. And then but if you need to or want to, I'd rather take the elevator. Here's those same stairs. Here's the little video that shows you to go into the elevator to the left there, and select floor 1 is where you would go to get to your lunch area. Now, if you need to use the restroom before lunch from driving around on the tour all day, those are right here, just past the stairs. And this is where you will go to check in for your lunch. There'll probably be a line here, and you'll have a ticket in that documentation I told you not to lose. And then a server will take you to a table in here for your group. And so what I do here also is show you what kind of things are available at this lunch venue. If you want to order a burger or something to that effect, you can right there at that desk, but that costs extra. The only thing that's given to you for free is this. This is fruit and desserts over there. You can order the burger there on the left if you're so inclined. And then over here on this side, the buffet things are some salad and some meats, things like that. And that is all that's available. Then these are for your warm meats. So soft drinks are also included. Alcoholic drinks are not. So to get soft drinks, a waiter will come around to your table wherever you're seated to give you those. Okay, so now here's a video of the room and just kind of the grounds a little bit, and I actually narrated this while I was doing this, so I'm going to go ahead and let it play out.
Brief tour around the grounds of Intercontinental. Some pools, waterfall, and this looks like a hot tub, but it's not a hot tub, just another cold pool. If you have a room on level 2 and your room number is in the teens, you can't get there with just the elevator. You got to go down an extra set of stairs. Okay, walkthrough of the Intercontinental room. First of all, you have to put your card in here to get lights on for the bathroom and other parts of the room. Light switches, bathroom, robes, safe, etc. Toilet, of course. Shower. It's a little different. You have to turn this knob. If you turn it towards you, it will come out this here. You have to turn it away from you for it to come out the shower head. Now this is the wand. Now to turn the wand to give you the rain shower head, you just turn this knob to change it come out here. And then your temperature adjustment is the other side. Shampoos, conditioner, soap. King size bed does have USB ports. And to control the lamp, it's down here. Two separate buttons, two different parts of the lamp. Balcony, and you can control the temperature of the room here.
The internet at the Intercontinental, about 7 MIPS, so better than the ship. Now for checkout, once you're going to, our plane left at midnight, and so this is talking about leaving your luggage. It still has your tag on it that you made earlier that the day prior. Leave your luggage just inside your room, just inside the door, and they will actually come around before the time and pick up that luggage for you. So this person will come around with his cart, grab your luggage from just inside your door. You don't have to talk to him if you don't want to, but anything that's just right inside the door, he'll take it and go put it on the luggage van that's going to be on its way to the airport. So now this is the bus you're going to get on. And before you get on, they give you these nice necklaces of shells just for getting on the bus. Kind of neat. Now this was something I was unaware of and wish I knew because it is really a long line to get checked in with turning in your luggage. And you can do a web check-in. So look into that and you'll get through faster. I was just in the regular line and that took forever, but this web check-in line was really short. So look into doing that before getting to the airport. Then you follow this green arrow once you're checked in, and that points you to the gates to get you through here. This is the security line, and there again, it took a long time to get through security. It's small, there's only 1 or 2 scanners, and it takes some time to get through it. And then boarding the plane, of course, and that's it. You are on your way home. Thank you for watching this video. If this was at all informative to you or helpful, please like the video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. I'll try to get to those as many as I can. If you're interested in hearing some more videos, I do have other details about excursions. There are a big family group of us did go, and so I could get into details of several excursions if you're interested in that. And so if I get enough subscriptions and comments and something like that, say yes excursion in the comment, and I will do that. And thank you for watching the video again, and have a nice day.